What's good, people? Welcome back to the channel. Champions League nights are back at the Bernabeu, and tonight it's Real Madrid versus Juventus, two giants in world football, and honestly, two clubs that define European history, especially this competition. Now, let's not forget, these two sides are forever linked. Zinedine Zidane, he wore both shirts. Cristiano Ronaldo conquered Europe wearing both crests on his chest, and other players like Angel Di Maria, Higuain, even Alvaro Morata have all played for both of these teams. So we're forever linked. This is kind of a rivalry built on legacy, success, and a little shared DNA. But I digress now. This might not look massive on paper, but make no mistake, this is a statement game for Xabi Alonso, okay? This is another team that he's facing that is kind of in that upper echelon, and he's kind of struggled since being manager at Real Madrid against those top teams. PSG, Atletico Madrid. And tonight, he's facing Juventus, who frankly are kind of limping into this competition. They're struggling in Serie A right now, and they have a manager that is under a lot of pressure. So frankly, they're going to be looking to get a result, whether it's 3 points or a draw. They're going to come out and try to salvage something against us tonight. Now, with that being said, it's still early in the stage of the Champions League, and we're sitting at top pretty comfortably. Qualification is looking very comfortable, and I'm throwing all that out the door, guys, because this game does matter. Every game at home matters. We should be getting 3 points, and this is the game before El Clásico. So we need a statement. Xabi Alonso needs a statement. This game matters. We need to come out of here with some swagger, some confidence, and a lot of goals, in my opinion, because we saw Barcelona tune up Olympiacos. We saw Arsenal tune up Atletico Madrid. Now we need to start showing that we have the ability to put up a lot of goals. I know Kylian Mbappe is scoring a lot of goals himself, but collectively as a team, with all this talent, we should be seeing score lines like a 4-0, 3-0, stuff like that. And I'm so hungry to see that against a top team. So let's see what happens in this match tonight. That is one thing that I think needs to happen. We need to come out the gates. Like in the first 25 minutes, I want to see us score a goal. We create so many chances, but we take forever to finish them. And it's kind of frustrating. So we have the ability to do it, but we need to make it come together. And again, we need to put that polish on all of that before walking into El Clásico. So this game sets the tone for everything that comes next. And it's really not about the points tonight, guys. I mean, it is, but it isn't. It's about pride, and it's about moving on in the next match against Barcelona with some confidence and momentum. Let's jump right in here. I want to focus on Juventus real quick. Again, this is not prime Juventus, okay? They're, like I said, they're 7th in Serie A. They're inconsistent. They're struggling for rhythm. But this is an Italian team. They know how to suffer, guys. They know how to suffer. This is like in their DNA. All Italian teams. They sit deep, they frustrate, and they wait for that one mistake. Now, for us, for Real Madrid, this isn't about Juventus. Like I said, this is about building confidence, our identity, Xabi Alonso's philosophy, his tactics, the players being healthy and confident. All that needs to create this massive wave of momentum going into El Clásico. I need to see something that makes me feel confident that we can go into a match and expose that high line. Let's talk about the lineup. Let's just get straight into it. This is what I think Xabi Alonso might be cooking up, but I'm trying to get in the head of Xabi Alonso, which is impossible because we know he loves chaos and he loves throwing in that surprise 1 player or 2 player in his lineups. But let's jump right into it. Let's get it up on the screen. We got Courtois in goal. Obvious choice right there. We got Carreras at left back. Outside of Atletico Madrid, where he got exposed and it looked terrible, to be honest. Outside of that, he's been quietly world class for me, guys. I got to keep it a buck. Like, he has been looking great. He looks great going forward. His defensive work needs a little bit more polish for me. We don't have Dean Huijsen. We don't have Rudiger, Carvajal, Trent. They're not 100% ready. Don't put them in this game, Xabi Alonso. Let's just keep them fresh. Let them get as close as possible to 100% for El Clásico. And Mendy is probably not going to play because he might get injured again, because that's just a natural thing for him. So with that being said, center back, we got Eder Militao and Raul Asensio. Now, got to see if Xabi Alonso trusts Raul Asensio, because if he doesn't, then Tchouaméni will probably fit in at the back, at center back for there. And that kind of changes some things in the midfield and up top for me, if that's the situation. But I think he's going to put Eder Militao and Asensio out there. And then Fede Valverde, he's going to be playing out on the right. Now, look, I know he doesn't like it. He said it himself. But Fede Valverde, he is a coach's player. He will do whatever it takes to appease the coach, the fans, and the club. He's just a soldier. That's just what he is. And he's good at it. He's good at it. I know he hates it, but he's good at it. Now, in the midfield, I got Tchouaméni. And again, that could be dictated on if Xabi Alonso puts Asensio at center back. So I got Tchouaméni holding. I got Arda Güler slightly in that advanced interior in front of him. And then Jude Bellingham roaming in as that 10. Now, look, I made a video about how Jude and Arda can complement each other and they can be on the pitch at the same time. I know a lot of people think Arda should be the 10, and he can't play the 10. But again, he reminds me so much of Mesut Ozil, and Mesut Ozil was at his best when he was pushed out on that right space. And Arda Güler, you can just see it. Like when he's out on the right, he makes things happen. So he's Mesut Ozil 2.0. Put him out on the right. Jude at the 10, box to box. He just has that energy. He can pull defenders away from Arda Güler or Kylian Mbappe just because of his attacking presence. And he kind of plays as that shadow striker. He makes runs in those boxes. He crashes into the box, but also that energy, defense, he can press. Arda Güler is great, but he doesn't have the energy of Jude, and you can kind of see that throughout games. So it makes sense there. So that's what I got going on here. Can't wait to see how that works out in the midfield. And then up top, I got Vinicius Jr. on the left, Mbappe as the 9. And on the right, I think we see Rodrigo or Brahim. Franco Mastantuono is a great player, guys. No shade at all, but he's inconsistent. I just don't think he's ready. He's been kind of thrown out in there. He's had some okay performances, okay, but most of them have been meh. And he can come on as a sub. Not saying that he won't play in this match, but I don't think he should start. That's just my personal opinion. So I'm gonna put Rodrigo up there, as you can see, or it's gonna be Brahim. That's what it looks like for me. But again, it's Xabi Alonso. This is a prize somewhere all the time. That's just what he does in these lineups. So let's get into the tactics and the approach from these two teams. Juventus will show up exactly how you expect an Italian team to show up. 5 defenders, true low block, and sit and wait for those counterattacks. It's simple. This is what they do. No frills, no flair, just frustration and efficiency. Now, they haven't been doing a good job of that, but that's what they do. And they'll try to make us be impatient, and we can't afford to do that because this version of Real Madrid cannot fall for that trap. They cannot fall for that trap. We can't do that. So if we play fast and if Arda finds the gaps, which he's been doing, Mbappe will get running at defenders and it's over. It's over. That's the plan right there. That's it. It's going to be tempo and patience. That's the key, guys. Now, speaking of keys to the match, there are some things that we need to work on. When we lose the ball, we have to react instantly. There have been some times where we're just a little slow to react when we lose the ball, and then teams get behind us in that midfield right in front of the back line is just wide open. We got to work on that. We got to tighten that up. Juventus are physical, they're fast, and they're dangerous in transition. This is what they do. The other weak point for us, and could be a key to this match, is set pieces. We're still not good at defending set pieces. I don't know how this has been lingering on. I thought this was a Carlo problem, but it's still around. It's a huge weak spot. It leaves us exposed all the time and can change the game. And Juventus have height, they have strength, and they're very aggressive. So I need to see some better not tactics, but just physicality when it comes to set pieces. We can't disallow another sloppy goal from a corner or a free kick. And then another key to this game is we can't keep waiting to the second half to score. We create so many chances, but it just takes us forever to find the back of the net. I need us to score in the first 25 minutes. That way you break the rhythm of Juventus, you change things out. We just need to kill the game early. Let's just do that. We have the talent to do it. We've seen it too often. It's domination, but there's no execution. We dominate the games, but we don't execute. I don't want Juventus to believe at all that they can steal something from us at home. Look, if I had to put numbers on this, guys, I think we have like a 70% chance of winning this match. Juventus are struggling. I've already talked about, their current form and everything like that. That's just how I feel. We got Kylian Mbappe, for me, the most dangerous and best player in the world right now. I don't want to hear anything else. As long as we got him, we're always in the game. So 70% chance that we win that. I'll give like a 20% chance for a draw just because it's an Italian team. They're going to sit. Like I said, they're just looking to get some kind of result out of here, positive result, whether it's a draw or 3 points. I think they're just going to sit back and wait for us to make the first mistake and try to do something there. It's not going to be great football, but we'll see what happens. We'll see if they open up. That's why I think we need to score early and just change the whole game plan for them. 20% chance for a draw, and then a 10% chance that they actually get 3 points from us. Just because we're doing math here, I'm saying 10% chance, but honestly, in my heart, I feel like it's lower than that. I expect us to win this game 3-1, to be honest. We need to score goals. This is a statement game. I don't care about the stats. This is a statement game. We need to see energy. I like us to score early. All those things need to happen. I think Real Madrid are clear above Juventus as far as quality and form. But again, this game is about making a statement for Xabi Alonso to prove to everyone that he can win against these top level teams and build momentum going into El Clásico. That's really what it is, guys. That's just what we need. We need to see something positive going into that match. And this is a great opportunity to do that. For some quick updates, let's talk about Endrick. I recently made a video about Endrick. Thanks to everyone that's been watching that. That one's been blowing up. And talking about his lack of playing time and that he's possibly in trouble at Real Madrid because, look, he came in as a wonder kid, basically. A lot of pressure was put on him. And he hasn't played any minutes under Xabi Alonso. The World Cup is coming up, and I'm sure he wants to be featured for Brazil. And for him not being playing, like, it has to be on his mind. He turned down some loan opportunities early on. He even came back to the club during the FIFA Club World Cup early because he was hurt, and Gonzalo Garcia was balling. He was like, oh, shoot, I need to get in front of Xabi Alonso. But now there are talks that he is looking for a loan move and possibly going to France. I think he should probably go to Marseille, but he needs a new opportunity. And again, I hope it doesn't turn into a situation where it's like we give up a Hakimi or an Odegaard where, we had him, never used him, he goes somewhere else and he turns into a world-class player. I hope that's not the case, but he definitely needs to move somewhere else on a loan, and hopefully, we work out the terms where he can come back. Because look what's happening with Nico Paz right now. There were talks about him coming back to Real Madrid, but they decided to keep him at Como, and he is balling. I can't wait till he gets back into the squad. So maybe that opportunity will happen for Endrick somewhere else. So Champions League night, Real Madrid versus Juventus. Again, two historic teams. I'm calling it 3-1. Mbappe gets a brace. Arda with an assist. I don't know where the third goal comes from, but Mbappe is going to get 2, in my opinion. And we need to remind the rest of Europe that this is our competition. And we need to go out of this match with 3 points, a lot of goals, and a lot of confidence, and get ready for El Clásico. So drop your predictions in the comments. Who's going to be your surprise players? Who's going to be your scorers? And make sure you like the video and subscribe if you're new here. That would help me out tremendously. Until then, guys, a la Madrid. Peace.